Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 17th of February. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Family Zone Cyber, Austal, OFX Group, Worley and CNX Metals. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you're getting the free newsletter, but our better ideas come out every Tuesday, so you need to ensure you're getting the Dynamic Investor Report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is on the trading side, so if you'd like to have a trading account with us and have us advise you in real time when it is time to buy or sell anything, then please let me know. And all the advice here is general only. So we've got FZO. As we could see since September, it's got itself into a bit of a downtrend there. If we just zoom in a bit, most recently we had this sort of big sharp pullback, went to a new low. It tried to rally, but then it rejected it. So this obvious resistance level at 50 cents. So rejection there is a concern. It came back. However, yesterday's move is fairly positive. So it's put in a higher low and good volume. There was good volume yesterday as well. So that's a good sign. I'd prefer to see it get through 50 cents. If it can overcome the selling at this line, then it starts to become more positive and therefore a possible buy. Okay, Austal, so just quickly zoom out, put in perspective. So as we could see, going back a few years, just one long-term downtrend. So it's still in the downtrend, we have to keep that in mind. It has been making some progress recently, but obviously, once it gets up to the mid-twos, there's just going to be a massive wall of resistance. You've got all these previous peaks here. So I think there'll be a lot of selling pressure if it can make it up here. But in the short term, look, it should continue to head higher because it's looking okay. It's making little higher highs, higher lows. I suppose you just run a tight stop under this low in anticipation of it running up here and then finding some resistance again. OFX, so a decent trend over last year. It's still in an uptrend, so that's still in place. Most recently though, we could see after pulling back here, it's launched up and then failed to go to a new high, which isn't too negative. We just have to keep an eye on it. I mean, obviously this could possibly be a double top if it starts to get sold down heavily. Otherwise, if it can just hold in up here without pulling back too deeply, then that would be a positive. And then all you'd need obviously is it'd need to overcome here this old high. So basically, if it can consolidate here and then push up beyond that line, then that would be the buy signal. Whereas here, possibly you got support here, resistance here. It's not a good risk reward trade right at this moment. Okay, and Worley. So I had a good move here. We've got a little double bottom here. It's gone over this peak, which is a positive, but in the last few weeks it hasn't really progressed as nicely as the other energy stocks. And this this peak came in under this peak, and so we've still got a few potential lower highs. It really needs to consolidate here, and then if it can break through that, that would be a positive, of course. But otherwise, we just need to be wary that it might just fall back in here. So again, just one to keep an eye on. We need to see it break out of this pattern. Okay, and finally CNX Metals. It's obviously a really nice pattern here of sort of rally, flat consolidation, gap up, strong run on massive volume. Unfortunately, just couldn't follow through. So it gave up most of those gains on low volume, of course, but it still gave up most of those gains. Then we've had a recent sort of recovery here that couldn't really go anywhere. I mean, there was no volume. It would have been good to see strong volume through here. So basically that rally got sold into. I just think overall this probably needs to consolidate further. It probably needs to base build more, and then I think the buy signal would be, you know, a proper, you know, proper move on good volume, not this one on no volume. Okay, well that's all for this week. As always, if you have a request, send it through, and I'll try to look at it next Thursday for you.